it. Ready? Go, babe. Okay, let's go. He always rubs himself on this grass. I hope he does it again. It's fake grass. Okay. Oh, that's what you're gonna do on it. It's such a nice day today, actually. It's a nice cool breeze. I like another dog. My boyfriend planted like this flower mix from Home Depot, and they like all grew out pretty well. It's like poppies, blue, purple, this these, and these cool ones like this. This is what it looks like coming out of the bottle. I always kind of have to use a lot of this. It's actually why I don't like it that much, but see if it won't focus on my face. It looks like that. It's very much like a gel. And then when you apply it, it drags a little bit, and it goes down into an oil a little bit, but it doesn't have a lot of spread on it, which is why I feel like you kind of have to use a lot, especially if you have makeup on. If you have light makeup, I can see how this would be like perfect for you. But another good thing about it though is it, like if I get it in my eyes, you don't get that film you get with like a lot of cleansing balms and stuff like that. So it's pretty much thinned out. I don't know if you can even tell. No. But and I'll show you the wash off. It makes like a milk. You can see it on my face, right? I don't know if the camera's picking it up. And so it does rinse off pretty clean, but I notice on and off, I don't know what the difference is, but like I'll get residue on my skin. This time I think it washed off pretty clean, but I think that's because I just had like nothing on my face. But I remember when I tried doing it when I had sunscreen on. I tried it one time when I did drag, and like it just did not do a good job. So I think the problem actually lies where if you're trying to take something off, it doesn't really break down makeup that well. And I think it has to do with that like D-phase emulsification thing Susan Yara was talking about. It's a water and oil product. I just feel like if it's just only an oil product, it does a way better job at like breaking down the makeup. But oil and water, I think that's the reason why it doesn't break stuff down as well and why you're left with a film. But when you have nothing on your face, it does a pretty good job. But if you have nothing on your face, why would you use this? So now I'm gonna go in with the fermented rice enzyme cleanser. This one I actually do like, but you could actually see, well, I don't know if you'll be able to see. It has like tiny little beads in it. It has powder, and it has a little bit bigger grain size of, I guess it's all rice particles, but, and it does foam, but they're like really tiny foam. I know it looks more like, they're really tiny bubbles, which I actually prefer. See? It doesn't leave my face feeling like, it feels clean obviously because I just used a cleanser on it, but it doesn't feel like stripped or anything. Like it doesn't feel tight. It just feels like most of the oil and like whatever was on it was just removed. My skin still feels like intact. But one thing I was talking about, and like I've already talked about this on my Instagram, I already did like mini reviews of this, is that this has the those little rice particles. Having that in a cleanser that you technically use once or twice a day. I cleanse usually once because I have dry skin, cleanse at night. But I don't know about physical exfoliation twice a day. And yeah, that's pretty much my skin. I'm looking in the viewfinder. You can probably hear my dog in the back. I might as well just show you what else I'm using right now. I've been using this to wet my skin. It's the Bioderma Hydro Bio Mist, and just and it's continuous. I love that. So I'll do that, and then I will apply my humectant, which is the HADALABO Premium Lotion. They reformulated it so it actually has more humectants in it and more different types of hyaluronic acid, including I can't talk today, including a fermented version of hyaluronic acid. And then these days, my boyfriend wanted a vitamin C serum, so I got him one, and he likes fragrance, and this one smells like oranges. I'm not as hung up on fragrance as I used to be because not a lot of it. The amount they use, it's not really going to do anything unless you have a really sensitive skin or just you've had allergies to fragrance in the past. And most of my products are fragrance free anyway, so. And this is the eye cream I've been using for this has lasted me so long, I even forgot when I bought it, but it's the Snail Peptide Eye Cream from Cosrx. And it's probably lasted me a long time because that's as much as I use. Because I mean the under eye area, it's not that big, so I just kind of go whoop, whoop, just casually flick you guys out. And then for my final step, I talked about this on Instagram as well. The Sioris. How do you say it? Sioris. Sioris. But yeah, this is the cream that I use, and look at how thick it is. It's literally like buttercream frosting. That's probably the best thing I just thought of what it feels like. And because it's thick, I kind of like to warm it up. It's a little bit hard to spread because it is so thick even if you do it, but I mean, I guess someone with dry skin. To be honest, most of the dry skin moisturizers still just aren't as heavy duty as I need, and it has like flower wax, beeswax, a bunch of shea butter. Even for the springtime, I love it. And it dries down, I don't feel like I'm wearing a bunch of moisturizer on my face. If you have oily skin, you're gonna hate it, but just as someone with dry skin who's used to just having a bunch of occlusive shit on their face, it's very comfortable, and I actually like the scent. And then finally, I'm just using this up because I don't want to waste anything. It's the Ultrasun SPF 50 spray. Oh, I hope it'll pick up on camera, but look at how this sprays. It's literally it's very hard to manage, and doing that once or twice a day, because I don't reapply my sunscreen. I'll be oh. So yeah, that's my routine, and I'm gonna go into my room now and do a further breakdown on the ingredients and my final thoughts on this even. Take your time. Okay. So the reason why this ingredient list is interesting is because it has, for the third and fourth ingredient, it's glycerin and water, which for first cleanses is usually only exclusively oils, or you'll see water and glycerin or humectants towards the end of it, just to make sure it has that adequate ability to break down stuff. As far as the oils that are included are basically the things that will help break down makeup or whatever you have on. It has caprylic, capric, triglyceride, ethyl palmitate, and then it also has a ferment of camellia oil, jojoba oil, chia seed oil, argan oil, and moringa oil. And those are going to be the agents that basically help break down the oil-like substances in your makeup. And then what's going to help them emulsify is actually going to be that ethyl palmitate, the sucrose laurate, and I think that's it as far as emulsifiers. And then, of course, it's got the humectants butylene glycol, glycerin, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The reason why I feel it might not be doing that as much as I want it to do is because, one, I have so many animals, y'all. she's probably just gonna hang out up there too. But yeah, there's not a lot of emulsifiers. Half of it is water, so I feel like that's why it doesn't do that great of a job of breaking things down and emulsifying. Overall, if you're someone that wears makeup like every day or like a heavy sunscreen every day, I'd say you probably should skip this one just because it's not as like oil intensive to break things down, and it doesn't have enough emulsifiers to break things down as much, so you're not going to get an adequate cleanse like this. And I'm not even someone that like wears makeup every day at all. I wear like maybe like a light chemical sunscreen, and even when I did, you know, try to take off a full face of drag with it, it didn't do well. The only way I can really see this working is if you have dry skin and you use this as a morning cleanse, if you just want to get the grime from the night off your face. If you wanted to use this as like your only gentle cleanse, if you have like a one-step cleanse, I would say to use this because it's almost in the same line for me as like the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser, but as far as like a makeup remover, it's not the best. So now we're gonna move on to the Fermented Rice Enzyme Cleanser. Oh, by the way, the first cleanse, the cleansing oil is $20, and the second cleanse, the Fermented Rice Enzyme Cleanser, is $18. Me doing no preparation, just like going through the website for you on my phone. Oh my god, I haven't done this in so long. You get 3.5 ounces for $20 for the first step cleansing oil. For the Fermented Rice Enzyme Cleanser, you get 4 ounces for $18. So to be honest, even just like as far as just value, that little of product for a higher price for that camellia cleansing oil, it's not worth it to me. It doesn't do a good enough job to justify that price. Now onto the ingredients for the Fermented Rice Enzyme Cleanser. First ingredient, water, of course, water-based product, glycerin, humectant. Sodium cocoa isethionate is going to be one of the surfactants that helps remove makeup and dirt and stuff. Cocometapropylbutane is another one. It has niacinamide. Cocoa glucoside, that is another surfactant. Disodium cocoa glutamate, that's another one. Xanthan gum, that's just a textural thing. It's actually what gives it that like pool, that sliminess when you like do that with it. And then the fermented ingredients, which is the whole theme of these two products. It has the Saccharomyces rice ferment filtrate, coconut extract, lactobacillus, pumpkin fruit ferment filtrate, aloe leaf juice, which I love, sodium hyaluronate, humectant, panthenol, squalane, chlorella vulgaris extract, that's algae extract, I believe, caprylic glycol, that's another humectant, jojoba esters, which is a conditioning agent. And then for the physical exfoliation, it has rice germ powder. It also has lactic acid, which is a mild exfoliant and humectant. And that's pretty much it. The rest is pretty much just preservatives. The kind of gimmick with this is that it has the physical exfoliation through the rice powder. To be honest, I would have liked it without it because all the other ingredients are great. You can get an enzymic exfoliation through the fermentation of the pumpkin fruit ferment. Has lactic acid, not a lot of it, so it's probably mostly just going to be humectant. It's got the niacinamide. It has like a mixture of gentle surfactants, which altogether even make it more of a gentle but thorough cleanse. But just the rice powder, because it's in there, you're kind of forced to, if you use this as your main cleanser, physically exfoliate twice a day, which is like a no-no for anybody, no matter what your skin type is. And I even find myself like reaching, like if I know I used that in the morning, if I used it yesterday, I'll be like, okay, I'm not going to use that again. I'll use like my CeraVe hydrating cleanser, or the CeraVe cream to foam, or like I was using the Milk makeup cleanser, the yellow one. That's probably like my favorite of all time. I was using that just because I was cognizant of the fact that I've physically exfoliated with that other cleanser. Plus, I've honestly also just never been a fan of the combination of cleansing while physically exfoliating. It's like you're disturbing your barrier with like harsh edges of like a physical particle while also allowing those surfactants to get deep in there and kind of like ruin your skin barrier more. Even though it's gentle, like I've always liked the idea of like a physical exfoliation like mask that's full of like milks or oils that come in like a thick base to buffer that harsh exfoliation. Because I'm not against physical exfoliation, I'm actually kind of like it, but like once or twice a week. If you want to use it like on and off, maybe once a day, if you have like, you know, you tend to have buildup at the top layer of your skin, I do that. But as a sole cleanser, just conceptually, I have trouble thinking of like why you would have this as your only cleanser. So honestly, for both, like I kind of wouldn't recommend either. I'd recommend this one if you like have a one-step cleanse and like maybe you don't wear, the only thing you wear maybe during the day is like a chemical sunscreen during the day. But if you wear makeup, like a full face, even a light face of makeup, to be honest, I wouldn't recommend this as a first step cleanse. And then for this, if it's not going to be your sole cleansing product, yeah, but a physical exfoliation twice a day, I just wouldn't. Conceptually, that just doesn't sit right with me. So yeah, this is just a quick introduction back into my channel. I haven't filmed in like, I think YouTube said like 7 months. So it's been a while, and I've kind of like missed the engagement with the people that follow me and the ability to like, because I've still been collecting products. They're all sitting in my bathroom right now. And I like talking about them because one of the reasons why I started this channel was to actually like talk about all these products that I was buying, because I was basically like trying them out anyway, and I was like, well, why don't I use like the little knowledge I have to actually explain like my experience with these, and explain conceptually like how the ingredients should work and stuff like that. I find that very fun, the research aspect of it. And these were the two kind of like the newest products that I have. I have more coming, but I've used these long enough to build a pretty informed perception of what I feel about them. I've been gone for like a large part of this just because, one, actually kind of when I left YouTube I started antidepressants, and now that I've come back I've kind of stopped them. So I've kind of had like a 7-month experience of like what being on antidepressants is like. Wasn't all what I thought it was be. No one ever tells you that it's going to make you gain weight and kind of affect your intimate life. But yeah, it's been a journey, and to be honest, I've had people tell me that when they went on antidepressants they feel like more cloudy, like not really there. I feel like it's weird to explain, but I feel like I'm like more in my body now that I'm off them. I can't explain it. Maybe if you've been on them, or if you are on them, you can relate to that. And I'm not saying anything against antidepressants, because I know they help a wide variety of people come out of things, or even to cope with things, to deal with things they're experiencing at the time. But I think for me, either I need to find a different medication that works better with my body chemistry, or just quit altogether. Because honestly, I've been off of them for like 2 weeks and I feel pretty good actually. Like, it's almost weird. The second I took them off, I started watching YouTube videos, and then I was like, I should get back into it. I feel like more motivated, strangely, ironically. So I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.